Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live stream tonight. Thank you for being here with us. There was a little private joke between Patrick and I. What was going on before the live stream? So we had to postpone. I just wanted to briefly say why we postponed. We completely forgot, the both of us completely forgot that we had a sponsored dinner last night where they invited all of the YouTube makers. And so we had to reschedule for tonight. And tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the interviews, the unedited raw video interviews that we did. So there will be some sound difficulties, and some may be louder and some may be lower than others because we haven't done any post-processing on these videos yet. We've been so busy. But in about 7 to 10 days, both of us are going to come out with our own separate videos with a much higher quality 4K video for y'all to see. But for tonight, we're just going to give you a sampling, and we're going to do how many tonight?
We are going to cover 9 different laser makers. Now, one thing we want to preface this whole video series by saying is these are commercial grade lasers. Most of them are made for people that are wanting to expand their shops or have a full-scale production facility. They range in price from maybe around $5,000, $5,500 all the way up to $500,000, depending on what you're looking for. So if you're thinking about expanding in the future, these will be great for you to watch. Even if you're not thinking about expanding, it's still good to watch and learn about some of these lasers that might have some features that you're looking for in your next hobby laser, that you could take that to the manufacturers and say, how about you try to integrate this or something?
Right, exactly. And one of the manufacturers that we saw tonight actually has come out with a whole new series of lasers that is sort of based on customer feedback. Yep. So, you always want to give feedback to the company that you bought your laser from. But like Patrick said, this is going to be purely the interviews that we did with the commercial laser industry. And out of that, there's probably only about 2 that are really hobby lasers. But, if you're planning on starting a business and you're just getting started with a hobby laser, with a diode laser, with a fiber laser, whatever the case may be, I think that y'all are going to find these interviews pretty interesting. And like I said, I'm going to be having an entire playlist coming out with more video, more and better quality video. That's going to be a final cut, along with separate videos for each company, probably over the course of about a month or so.
Yeah. We have footage from the main interview of the person talking, and then also hovering around the machines and showing them off while they're talking about the machines. So hopefully we'll have some good edits put together.
And man, there is a lot of white noise right now. So again, we're using the raw video here. You might have to adjust your volume up and down as we go, but we're going to get started today. And we're going to start off today with Eon Laser, right?
Yep.
So
laser, number 1.
Eon is the first company that we visited, and we're going to go ahead and put that video up for you right now. So we are here over at Eon Lasers, the Eon booth, and I am with Danny Martinez, who is the president of the company. So he's going to give us a brief overview of who Eon is, as well as some of the new developments for 2024 that nobody has even heard of yet. So you're going to be the first to hear it live right now.
Thanks for having me. That's quite a tall order. All right, who is Eon? I guess we'll start with the company. A little backstory, I founded the company 16 years ago. It was a small business out of a duplex, and really it was just drop shipping. We were selling rotary style engravers, little desktop roll-ins. I was a roll-in distributor, and it was nice. I worked from home, pretty much.
Those days are over.
Those days are over. I still work from home, but those were peaceful work from home days. But I built a business, from the ground up. and it was always relatively small. But at one point, I wanted to get into lasers. A lot of people were asking for them, and new people were starting to come out, with more affordable lasers. So the market kind of opened up. And about 2019 is when I came across Eon after exhausting almost every other avenue. I think I approached every single laser company in the industry and got shot down by pretty much all of them. The partnership with Eon, just blossomed from there, and they just have a fantastic machine. And we spent a lot of time working with them and getting just feedback from other businesses to create the technology we have today. But essentially, we focus on the budding entrepreneur, that person who's crafty, who's doing it at home as a hobby or just for fun, and all of a sudden they're doing something for a friend or a family member, and people start inquiring, hey, how much for one of these? How much for one of those? And they get the idea of this could be a business, and that is our primary focus. We take someone from that stage where they're crafting. And take them to that next level where they can
like
start.
Emily, for example.
Like Emily, for example. Emily was a good one, yeah. I sold Emily her first laser. I was the salesman at the time. So, we had that whole conversation.
And that was the Mirror 7?
It was the Mirror 7, yeah.
I remember her setting up the stand for it, doing the video.
Yep. I remember when that mom with a laser was born.
Yes.
It was an interesting conversation, but that's exactly it. It's a lot of people had to rely on this. Actually, around COVID in 2020, that's when we had a really big boom because some people had to reinvent themselves. That their income was displaced. They found themselves without occupations. Some households lost both occupations, and they'd come to us with their last $10,000 in savings, and say, can I actually do this? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Especially with the internet at your fingertips now, you're able to market. Create your own channels, create your own following. I wish these tools were available to me when I was a younger entrepreneur, because it was much harder then to get people to listen to you. Yes. Even if you had the world's greatest ideas or products, getting your voice out there, or getting in front of a lot of people was just a lot of legwork. And you can do it all from home, and I'm a big fan of that. I work from home still. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I've got 2 wonderful children and a wonderful wife, and we've grown the company with implementing skilled people I've known for a long time, people that I have come to trust. Contrary to the advice people give you, I believe firmly in friends and family. My sister is part of the company. We have 2 or 3 married couples that work together in the company. We got brothers and sisters in the company aside from my own. So it's like, we tend to find people we like, and then we sort out that type of DNA. So we recruit the rest of their family members to come work for us. But it's really a tight-knit company. It's quite a bit of it's grown to become a family essentially. And that's more or less, our foundation and what we do. Now, we also happen to be very, very, the word that I heard this weekend was we're laser lunatics, which we laughed at because it was very fitting. We're really big into the technology.
So can you let us in on some of the secrets that you're letting some people in on in the show?
Well, there's a lot.
There's a whole new series.
There's a whole new series, that's right. We've come out with the Red Line series, which is the next step up from our current models. And we really just addressed all the pain points, the stuff we see a lot of customers struggling with: maintenance, the alignment, the cycle times, everything that I could think of that would make a laser difficult to rely on as a full-time business. We addressed it. So these new Red Lines, they're very easy to align. We've made all the maintenance tool-less, so you can change lenses and mirrors without grabbing a single tool. We've protected everything, so everything's enclosed, the laser head's sealed, so the amount of maintenance is reduced drastically. Usually with a laser, you're cleaning optics, cleaning mirrors. Like, this stuff almost goes away once you start segregating them from the cabinet. And that's one of the big design changes you'll see, is everything is just separated from the actual cabinet where the work is being done. So all that smoke and all that soot isn't getting on your mechanical parts, on your optics, on all the things that you have to maintain to keep the machine going. They're a whole lot faster now. So we've started implementing RF tubes in all our models, and servo motors, which are extremely responsive. They have a really high acceleration rate. That's a big focus for us because the cycle times dictate how profitable you are in this business. And we've seen people come from hobby machines, and instantly, they're making 10 times the money, not because they're charging more, but because they're doing it at a 10th of the speed, 10 times faster, or a 10th of what it used to take them to complete that job. So that's part of the full circle of innovation here. And then we also, we're casting a wider net. We're going to the next level. We've seen our customers succeed, and they end up with a second or a third or fourth laser. And for us, that's an indication that we still have some room there to go faster and more powerful.
Okay, well, I want to say thank you so much to Danny from Eon Laser for giving us a brief overview. We're going to talk a whole lot more in a separate video just about Eon, where we're going to talk about all of these innovations in the Redline series and everything new that's coming this summer from Eon Laser. So you're not going to want to miss that one.
So now we're going to take a moment and show you the big announcement from Eon. And they actually did a presentation where you're going to learn all about the new Redline series as well as the Signature series. So we'll continue on with this big announcement now.
All mic'd up now.
How's everyone doing? Yeah? Awesome. Thank you for coming out. Today we're really proud to showcase our brand new laser. First time seeing this in the public here is our Redline series. Our Redline series is really special to us. This is years and years, nearly a decade of innovations have gone into this. And what you're seeing today is dozens of people working to make what we think is the best user experience and the best laser on the market. We named it Redline, so it's an interesting term to choose. We chose Redline. It's much like your car. The manufacturer considers that the safe limit to how fast you can, or how high you can rev your engine. So essentially, this is as fast as you can push something and do so reliably and safely for a long time. So Redline was a really fitting name for that. In the years of developing lasers here, we've gone through lots of revisions, lots of R&D, and so we're at a point now where we're really proud to say that our lasers have full AC servos across the line. This is a big push for us. This allows much higher speeds, much higher precision. I never introduced you, Alicia.
That's okay, I'll introduce myself. That's okay.
I'm so sorry. My name is Lek Kamaj, Vice President of Young Laser USA. With me is the wonderful Alicia Spector. She's our fantastic sales manager. Alicia.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
I'm
you.
so sorry. Back to the machines. With AC servos, we get very high precision and very high speeds. With that also comes high acceleration. So we have a very high cycle time. Whenever we talk about speed, we want to also speak about cycle time. How fast you can put a cup or a coaster inside of your machine and get it back out is really important to us. If you can save time there, you can spend time doing something else with your family or doing more work. All of our machines now come with full linear rails, and this is really important for the robustness and also for the rigidity of the machine as well. You'll see that very high precision machinery always with a linear rail, and you'll see the same thing for all of our lines. With the Redline series too, we've completely gone back to the drawing board for what a laser head can be. So instead of an autofocus pin or any kind of module that would sense autofocus, now our laser head itself does the autofocusing. We spent a lot of time making the laser head a lot lighter as well. So anything we can do to lower the mass of the laser head accelerating is going to increase not only the lifespan of your laser, your ability to increase those speeds, and again help the rigidity. To touch on the robustness, so as a laser's moving back and forth, it's really important that the platform you're standing on is really rigid. And so this year's Mira, the Redline series, is the most rigid laser we've ever made. And so there's more metal in the current, or in the new Redline series than any other Eon laser or any other laser that I've actually ever seen. Our Nova series is exceptional with this as well. We use a single door on the side of the mirror now, so accessibility is really nice. If there's any kind of maintenance that ever happen, we remove a single door and everything inside is accessible to you. The same is true for the Novas. And it allows a much stronger frame design, which again goes back to our speed and our design.
It's my turn. Hi, everybody. This mic is really loud. All right, so let's talk about it. These are things that we here at Eon Laser are always really, really excited about. Our super clean pack design and our compact design. What does this mean? This means that all of our important parts are inside of the laser, so it saves you space, and we know that space is money in your shops. So, the industrial chiller, the air assist, and the exhaust systems are all built into the cabinets of the lasers. This is not a new thing for Eon Laser, but we've upped it a little bit more. So the Mira series now have a quiet inline fan inside of it instead of the louder fan that was in there before. That allows for better maintenance and really a quieter workspace, which is what we all need. The Nova series, we have also kicked it up a notch, and we have included inside the cabinet its own, you want to say it, Lek?
Its own air compressor.
Its own air compressor. I know this sounds crazy, but it's not. Because now you have the absolute best cutting ability that you can get out of that Nova laser. Something else that we really always like to talk about is the clean pack design on the inside of the laser. We have upped it again for the Mira lasers as well. We have the accordion doors on the side, so every time you're cutting or engraving, all of those particles are staying inside of your workspace instead of going inside of your machine. So what that means is less maintenance and really a better ability to suck that fume and those particles out. So that's a really good thing. Going along with the all-in-one design is our comprehensive design. So now every single Eon laser has a camera built into the lid of the laser, including the Mira 5, which is new for us. This gives you a better precision on lining things up and also just being able to see your workspace a little bit better. We also updated the laser head that Lek was talking about earlier. So now all of the Mira lasers also have the newly designed laser head, which means the autofocus is built into the laser head. So no more collisions with the laser pin, everything is built in, and the air assist comes out of that laser head too, which is really nice. Also, to ensure that your laser is always in center and always level, we also include a bullseye level on every laser so you can make sure that you're nice and level when you're engraving or cutting. Another great design for the all-in-one design is our new LED lighting system. So we always have the LEDs on the side. We now have them built into the top of the lid. So when you open the lid, it actually illuminates the workspace as well, making it really nice. The next thing is we now have the Eon laser, which looks really nice all lit up, but it also serves function. So when you're on standby, it's white. When it's running, it's green. If you have an error, it's going to turn red so that you know you have to go back to the laser to push that button and make it go again. And now, the new Redline series, this is the most exciting part, is all toolless. So all of the parts, mirrors, and lenses that you need to change is all a toolless process. This is super exciting. The lens is now held in with a magnet, so you just take it out, held on with silicone rings, you pop the lens out, put a new one in, silicone ring, and pop it back in. Super easy to change. The mirrors are the same way. You take them out to clean them and you can put them right back in. What's really nice about this toolless is that everything is in its fixed position, which means we are not aligning mirrors very much anymore, which is a fantastic thing. The laser docking hub is a new thing as well. So what this does is it allows you to change a laser tube or maybe a laser source so that you can take a laser tube out, put a new one in. It has a fixed beam path. So again, if you're changing a tube, you're not aligning the mirrors or the beam path anymore. Something fantastic. All right, a new keypad. Lex is gonna go now.
Intuitive, we have a brand new controller now and a brand new touchscreen as well, a brand new screen as well. We've got a lot of feedback, so we've got years and years of experience here from laser users, our laser technicians, and also our employees of what a keypad should be and how a keypad should function. And so we've taken all of that into consideration and we're designing a brand new keypad, a brand new controller as well. And what you see here is exactly that. It's actually all of the useful functions you could want on a laser all on one platform. It's really great. A new industry first is our proactive design. So whenever you have mirrors on a laser or optics, they get warm. So there's always a laser passing through them. The question for us is always, how do you maintain the laser? When do I clean this lens? When do I clean the mirror? Instead of just checking it, we now have sensors on all of those components. So your lens has a thermal sensor on there, your mirrors have sensors on there as well. Your water chiller has a sensor on there, your laser tube has a sensor on there. So if there's ever a problem, there's an immediate response from the controller. It tells you what the problem is. If you have a chipped or damaged mirror or if it's dirty at all, we have a sensor that's going to tell you that you need to clean or change that mirror. So it's really a proactive approach to lasers instead of just a regular maintenance approach. It's going to save you a lot of time, a lot of headache, and you can just get back to just operating your laser, which is really the key here. Safeguarded. So in that thermal design too, we also have protection that takes place. So one of those protection barriers is going to be our side channels. And so whenever you engrave something, you get soot and debris that comes up. We don't want those near those mirrors. And so we want those mirrors to last as long as possible without cleaning them. And so we have this nice clean pack that completely encompasses everything. Our laser head also has a window on there as well. So cleaning mirror 3, cleaning your lens, these things go to, basically relying on the sensor. Those are really actions of yesterday. This is really exciting as well. This is another industry first for us. The versatility that we have in laser tube selection. So everyone here is really familiar with a regular laser tube, typically glass tube. They operate really well. Under certain circumstances, they cut really well. We've got the ability to change to a RF tube or a glass tube on a laser. But then we also have the ability to drop in a fiber source as well. So we could have a RF tube and also a fiber source. And for us, that's a first. Our ability to drop in a laser tube as well with our docking design is an industry first. If you guys get a chance, please stop by our booth. We'd love to demonstrate that to you. We can simply unclip the tube, pick it up, put it back in, and the tube is perfectly aligned. There's no need to ever change anything on there. It's going to come right down the nozzle every time. That's huge for us, So if your laser tube's ever down and you have a neighbor that's next door and has the same laser as you, you can walk over and, as if you're borrowing some sugar, you can borrow the laser tube. It would drop right in, and it would go right down the optics.
So I'm going to take back over one more time. We here at Eon Laser USA always want to make sure that time is money. We want you to get this job done as fast as possible and put as much money in your pocket. We care as much about your businesses as you do, and we want to make sure that you succeed. So our goal in this Red Line series was really to give you all of the powers to do that. As fast as you can get a job done, as efficient as you can get a job done, as efficient as your machine can be, this is the Red Line series. We really tried to go above and beyond for all of you, and we hope that you agree that we succeeded in this task.
Now we're unmuted.
Okay, now we can talk. I don't know if y'all were paying attention at the very end of that presentation, but that's something that's really incredible now. If you have a small business and you pick up one of these signature series lasers, you can switch laser sources on it.
Yeah.
On the fly.
So it doesn't matter if
And it's toolless.
Yeah, if you have to replace a CO2 tube because something happened to it, you can just drop your new one in and it's automatically lined up. Or you can even switch to a fiber source, drop it in, automatically lined up and ready to go.
Yeah, that's like a game changer. And you know, the signature series is called signature for a reason, and that's because they're going to be assembled here in Florida, and the technician that assembles and tests it is actually going to sign it. They're going to have a little plate on the gantry that's going to have that technician's name, so you know that it was a quality assembly, and the quality control is going to be top notch on it.
And they're using some USA manufactured parts like the gantry rails. Those are milled out of a solid bar of aluminum.
And we actually got a tour of the factory today.
Yeah.
That you'll be seeing a video on in about the next 10 days or so. And we went through it's an incredible setup that they've got here in Florida. They can do everything from CNC work, milling, to powder coating, and everything in between. Yep. With an amazing part setup, machinery everywhere. I think it was 22,000 square feet, something like that.
Yeah, huge
place.
You'll want to watch that video for sure, just to see the big, huge laser cutters they have that are automated to be able to pull sheet stock out of a tall rack.
Nobody even has to touch it.
Nope. They use vacuum, suction cups and pull it off the rack and plop it down on the bed. The laser cuts it, and then it's ready to go. It's
exactly
really cool stuff.
Yeah, it was amazing setup. We got an amazing tour today. We got some good video footage of it. It's going to be in high quality for the video that actually comes out, and I think y'all are going to enjoy it. So we're going to move on now to GCC.
Eagle.
I'm sorry, Eagle.
Yep.
Yes.
This is Eagle laser.
All right.
This was our first experience seeing Eagle laser, so this might be a new one to you guys too, so it'd be worth checking out.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one before.
Yep.
So let's go on with that.
Okay, next stop is Eagle.
Don't mind the gum. I
Laser
didn't take the gum out of my mouth. Lord.
And I am here with Andrew. Andrew is one of the reps for the company. Hi, Andrew.
Hi there.
Thanks for giving us your time today. Can we start off and take a look at your CO2 and find out some of your bullet points on that?
Sure. So this is our smallest kind of desktop size machine called X7050. It uses a 40-watt RF metal tube CO2 laser. It's got a 20-inch by 24-inch working area with about 5 inches of Z-axis up and down movement. I'm sure most of your viewers will know, but this one is used for basically anything that's non-metal. So your acrylics, your woods, your leather, your textile, even paper.
Even paper, one of my favorite things to laser engrave. And is this a economy side laser, or?
Yeah, I'd say this is a really good laser for anyone kind of just starting out in the world of laser, starting a small business in your garage or spare bedroom, or even doing like professional quality engraving.
Awesome. So now for somebody who needs a little more than that in a commercial business, what else do we have?
We go up from here in terms of size and power. I'll take you over here to our X1309. This is about 30 inches by 50 inches, a little bit more than that, with about 8 inches of Z-axis movement. This one also has a pass-through. So if you're working with full-size sheets of material, this machine can very easily do it. It's available in 150 and 300 watt versions. And I should mention all of our machines ship from California, as well as spare parts and tech support.
And where are they manufactured?
We have our own dedicated factory that's in China that keeps our manufacturing costs down, but everything else aside from manufacturing comes out of California.
Okay. What type of speed are we looking at here? It's an awfully big bed.
It's an awfully big bed. This one we can get around 1,000 millimeters per second. We can go quite fast. This one will go almost twice as fast, the X7050. Whereas that one is kind of specializing in engraving, like photo quality images with a very fine laser beam. This one will also use a glass CO2 laser tube.
Awesome. Okay, so what do we have now?
Now we're on the fiber side of our booth. So this is just a small sampling of the fiber machines that we make. This is called the FC. This one over here is called the F2. They use the same laser, the same lens. They're both equipped right now with a 30-watt JPT MOPA fiber laser. So for all metals, very dense plastics, even slate and stone and tile we can do on these as well.
I see this one has an enclosure.
It does. So this one has an enclosure and a motorized Z-axis up and down for your focus. The other one, the F2, which uses the same laser, same lens. This one just has a manual Z movement, so manual focus.
Perfect.
This is our 1.5 kilowatt, so 1,500 watt laser welder.
Wow.
This is a very, very fun machine, kind of switching gears a little bit from 30 up to 1,500. We also make a similar machine up to 3,000 watts for welding, cutting, and cleaning.
What do you have? What machine do you have?
I have a 2,000 watt 4-in-1 cleaner, welder, cutter, cleaner.
Okay.
Welding seam.
So this will be very similar, similar functionality to your machine, I'm sure. Is yours air-cooled or water-cooled?
Water-cooled.
Okay, same as this one. You have the chiller built into the chassis, the fiber built into the chassis, and an external wire feeder right here. It'll work on any metal out there.
And what price range are we looking at here? Retail?
Retail is about $23,000.
23,000? Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that is the second company that we interviewed, and I really had never. Have you heard of them before?
No, I had not heard of them. But they had a nice presentation, and it seemed to be fairly well-made stuff.
Yeah, so there's not much that we can say about the quality, but this will give you an overview from these sales reps that will let you decide whether or not you want to look further into them. And once we actually do the final cut videos, we're going to put links below it to their pages, not affiliate links, just regular links where you can do more research. So basically the purpose of doing these interviews is in case you want to, let's say, scale your business up and pick up a laser for your garage instead of for a workroom, something that's more commercial quality. And again, we are talking about like the 5,500 and up range, up to like 500,000. Some of these are massively huge.
Yeah. If you like to shop around like I do and compare prices, then there's going to be another few more resources for you to check out and see if they have products that you might even be interested in pursuing.
Right. And we're going to move on to the next video now, who is
GCC lasers.
GCC. And GCC, most people don't know, they are an OEM manufacturer. So they produce a lot of the high-end lasers for other brand name companies that are out there.
Yep.
So this one is a longer interview, but there's a lot of information in here. And hopefully you'll enjoy this video from the manufacturer.
And while watching this one, keep in mind that they are based in Taiwan.
Taiwan, yeah. This is not a Chinese laser.
Okay, so I know a lot of you have been waiting to hear about full spectrum laser. We talked about it before, and we are here today with Walker, who is the sales rep here at the show, and he's going to give us some information on the full spectrum lasers. Hello, Walker.
Okay, so we got that one wrong. This one is full spectrum laser, which I know a lot of you have heard from. So we'll continue on with this video now. Again, we apologize for the audio quality. These are not final cuts. These are just on the fly videos.
The salespeople are mic'd up though, so you'll be able to hear them perfectly.
Yes.
Hey everyone. So what makes us different as in the laser industry, I would say, is that we're always pushing the bounds. When it comes to software, hardware, we create everything in-house. We make our body panels with lasers. We're laser nerds that make lasers. So we sell all sorts of lasers. We sell metal cutting lasers, CO2 lasers we started back over 10 years ago. We started making lasers in the garage. We took Chinese lasers, made them better with our software. So we are the software guys. Now, then we got into building hardware, and we got further and further into making lasers. Now, when it comes to what we're pushing now and what we're really into is our UV lasers. Our UV lasers do all sorts of things that a normal UV laser doesn't do. Most people know UV lasers when it comes to probably like the small diode lasers on gantry systems. But we also do the Galvo UV lasers. And what's different is our software can actually do 3D objects inside of glass. The subsurface glass is what makes us different.
That is incredible.
And essentially it's like 3D printing. You start from the bottom and you go up, creating micro bubbles inside of the glass. And that's because we used to make, SLA 3D printers. And we took that code, implemented it into our software, and now the UV lasers can do it. Next step, not only taking a STL file and turning it into a lasered object, subsurface and glass, we can take just a simple photo of you, and the software will turn it into a 3D design. So it's sort of next level stuff when it comes to people in the trophy industries like it, and all sorts of different applications. The spot size on the UV laser is 3 times smaller than your CO2. So quality is going to be significantly more high resolution. Man, it's a long day at this trade show.
I believe that.
Yeah.
So I see you have a integrated enclosure with the system.
Yeah, we started off with open systems like everybody else, and then we provided additional enclosures. But then we were like, let's just throw it all in one unit. Let's not worry about goggles. Let's have some safety features built into the lid. And yeah, all that acrylic keeps everything nice, and so you don't have to wear goggles, and everything's safe.
And I see it's also got autofocus and motor IC.
Yeah, autofocus is a big thing, and then even without autofocus, the way we've done it with 2 lasers coming together to manual focus makes it really, really simple. The touch screen's a nice addition because it's just so user-friendly, and it's nice to get tangible with the actual laser and function and using it. And then that goes hand in hand with the software. Now the software, we've been writing for over 10 years, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. And the difference, I would say, from us to others is we make the software, we make the hardware. We're specifically designing its parameters and pushing the bounds all the time.
So Walker, if they want to find out more about Full Spectrum, where should they go on the web?
So go to fslaser.com. That's the best place for purchasing, seeing all our information, and then YouTube. Check out our YouTube. We've got over 400 videos showing all applications, free projects. If you're a CO2 guy, anything like that, YouTube's the place to go.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Walker, for joining us today here at the show. And everybody go over to fslaser.com and take a look at their website, go to their YouTube channel, and we're going to move on to the next company now.
All right, so that was Full Spectrum Laser.
Yep.
Good sales pitch. We enjoyed that, I think.
Yeah.
I especially like that the STL.
Yeah, there's the engraving inside the glass.
Yeah.
Looked really, really good. It was really crisp. They have their settings dialed in for sure with their UV laser.
And their software rendered it.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to do anything to it. The software did the rendering. Keep in mind, folks, that these are commercial grade lasers. And for the most part, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 companies, none of these are going to use Lightburn. They're all going to use proprietary software.
Right.
But most of this software is pretty good. It's pretty incredible stuff. And it's designed for commercial use. So I think with the exception of like Eon and Thunder, that's probably about it, huh?
Yeah, and Full Spectrum, the way he presented it to us is they spent a lot of time making their software, and if they're producing results like you saw in that piece of glass, then obviously they're doing something right with their software.
Yeah. So who's next? We got
well, this next presenter was probably the best of all that we saw of the whole show. Now you're really gonna like this one. This is Youngli, is the parent company, but their lasers are called Blue Times. So it's Blue Times laser. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy
you'll get the private joke in a minute.
Okay, we found Kern lasers here at the show, and if you've never heard of this company,
I hope this volume is loud enough for y'all to hear.
It really makes the big boys.
Which one is it?
The real big production commercial machines. And we have found Josh, one of the salesmen here, who's agreed to give us a couple of minutes of his time. So, hi Josh, how are you doing today?
Oh, sorry.
I'm doing great.
Sorry, this is Kern laser.
I'll show you a little bit about this system. This is our OptiFlex model, which can be made smaller than this, larger than this, depending on your applications.
What size is this one?
So this one is 52 inches by 100 inches.
Wow.
So it's going to be able to fit full 4x8 sheets up here with a little extra room. So what we focus on with our lasers, we make our own lasers right in-house. So we make lasers from 100 watt up to 500 watts. So with this system here, this one's a 500 watt laser. So you're able to cut metals, woods, acrylics, all with the same system. So with our 500 watt laser, we're able to cut, 3/16 mild steel, along with 75 thou stainless steel, 40 thou aluminum, and we're able to switch over in about 5 minutes and cut our 1-inch acrylic with a fire polished edge.
Wow. That's amazing.
Then our laser's also capable of doing very, very detailed engravings.
That looks like a cast. That doesn't even look like an engraving.
So all of these engravings can be done on a 100 watt laser or a 500 watt laser. So the difference is going to be something like this on a 500 watt laser would take 5 minutes to do. If you're doing it on a 100 watt laser, it's going to take about 15 minutes to do because of the speed you're going. This system is capable of cutting up to 20 inches per second and engraving speeds up to 150 inches per second. So it's a very, very fast system. But the one thing that's going to set us apart is our laser warranty and us manufacturing the lasers in-house. So if a customer has a problem, we're able to ship them a laser within the next day or two so they can be back up and running right away.
Where are you located?
We're located in northern Minnesota. We've been in business over 40 years now. So we've had a lot of customers over the years that once they outgrow the one system, they buy another system. So we have customers with 15 systems side by side, so they're running high production.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today. We know you're really busy with the show, and we appreciate your time, sir.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Have a great show.
You too.
So that was Kern laser. Made in the USA. They make their own laser sources too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was actually, I think that was a $250,000 machine.
Yeah.
That we were just looking at, the 500 watt.
Big, huge 500 watt CO2.
but you were able to change out the sources on it in under 5 minutes, he said.
Yeah. Now imagine the honeycomb on your lower end lasers and how they're all wavy. Even that full size, bigger than a sheet laser bed was perfectly flat and level.
Right.
It was amazing.
Right.
And it has a sensor built in where if it's cutting aluminum or something and that starts to warp, that it will automatically adjust the height
To the warp. Yeah.
so that you get a nice clean cut the whole way through.
Yeah. If you're going to spend 250 grand.
Yep. That's probably the one to get.
That's probably the one to get.
Yep.
And I also like the fact that, you know, they have constant support.
Yep.
So, you know, if you call them for support, they're right there with you, which most of these commercial companies are going to give you top-notch support where you don't have to wait for 24 or 48 hours to get an answer from China.
Yep.
So this next video, I'm not even going to say what it is because it looks like somehow we got them out of order.
Well, hopefully this is the one I was trying to hype up just a few minutes ago.
We're going to find out in a second.
So a lot of you folks have been looking at the Roto Boss and trying to figure out, hey, is this right for me? Is it worth the money? Well, these are super high quality products, and Jason has taken a few moments at this time here at the show to tell you about them. So I'd like to say, welcome, Jason. Thank you so much for giving us some
This
time.
is Roto Boss.
All right, guys. Thanks. Hey, everybody. It's Jason, Roto Boss Rotary Attachments. We're here at the ISA show in Orlando, 2024. Here with Thunder, kind of representing Thunder and supporting my brand also, which is Roto Boss. We have several rotaries here today. We'll go ahead and take a look and see kind of what we have available. This is not everything we have, but this is some of the stuff that we have at the trade show, so we can go ahead and show you some of the items that we have here on display. So, first thing we have here, this is our newest combo, which is the Daredevil combo. It is a combination between the Roto Boss Ascend and our new Roto Boss Talon Chuck. The good thing about this is it's an all-in-one machine, so you've got everything to cover all your bases as far as if you're doing roller stuff or if you want to do chuck stuff. You have everything you need right there in one unit. So you have everything you need in one machine ready to go, so no matter what you need to do, you're going to have the right tool for the job. We do have, this is our base platform we're going to build off of for the next foreseeable future, and we have a new feature coming out too that I released a couple months ago, and I've teased it again about a week ago, where we have the dual ascend. So the chuck that we have here is a 4-jaw chuck. It's unique to that because everything else is pretty much a 3-jaw chuck, and with this development I wanted to go with 4-jaw because doing woodwork and things like that, I know they work really well. It's self-centering just like a regular 3-jaw, and a lot of adjustments are really easy, quick and easy on it. The adjustability here to tilt it, everything toolless, basically a toolless machine altogether, other than if you swap it out you got to take the bolts out of the bottom. But this just lifts right off. You can put it onto a galvo and use it, and then you can put it back on here if you need it, so it's just a quick easy swap.
What phase are these machines?
Sorry?
What phase? Are they like 2-phase, 3-phase?
Well, this one here has a Thunder motor on it, so it's a 2-phase with the integrated stepper.
Okay.
Which basically just means that the driver is built into the motor.
Right.
Then we have over here, this is a 3-phase setup. So this would be more geared towards your, like the Boss 16 series and up, which use 3-phase motors, and also Lagunas. Then we also have a 2-phase setup, which is good for all your standard gantry, or not gantry, all your standard galvo lasers, UV, CO2 fiber, plugs right in with the 4-pin connector, as well as some of your 2-phase, or most of your 2-phase like China machines, like the Boss 14, Eons, things of that nature that run a 2-phase motor. So we have a solution for every laser that's out there that runs on either Lightburn, ArtieWorks, or EasyCAD. Currently, we don't have anything for anything like Trotec, Epilogue, any of those guys, because they're all
Windows-based.
They're all proprietary. They're very tight-lipped about things, so trying to find out what they have available or what we can do to incorporate it. It's tough. So if you have something that runs on, like I said, Lightburn, ArtieWorks, or EasyCAD, we got a solution for you, whether it's a NEMA 17 or a NEMA 23 motor, because all of our setups are tooled to where you can just swap out a 23 with a 17. It's already got the bolt pattern there. Just a quick swap over.
So tell people what the name of the address to your website is. We'll put a link down below, but tell them the address.
So yeah, so the ways you can reach out to us, we got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's all Roto Boss rotary attachments in some form or fashion on all those platforms. We also have rotaryattachments.com, which is where you can find out all about the different machines that we have. There's some technical specs in there, but my contact information's in there. There's also a link to get a hold of us via email, and all the emails and phone calls, it's all answered by me. So if you're trying to reach out, you're going to reach me. You're not going to reach somebody paid to answer the phones or emails. So you're going to get my direct response. And so yeah. So thanks for checking us out. I hope you guys have a good time here. We got one more day of this, and then we'll be done.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you taking time away from your customers today.
Okay.
Jason, I really enjoyed getting to interview Jason to help out a small business owner, a fellow small business owner based in the United States. And that was cool that he got some camera time to show off his products.
Yeah, I've actually enjoyed watching Roto Boss grow too, from when they first launched it.
Right.
You know, I mean, they've taken he's taken all of the customer feedback that he's gotten, and he's changed the machines as time's gone on.
Yeah, being able to pop that chuck out.
That's incredible.
Toolless change, or put it over your galvo. That is super convenient.
And I think that's like a 5-in-1 rotary accessory. I mean,
pretty much one rotary to handle everything.
Yeah, you don't need more than one rotary. So that was pretty cool. So let's go on to the next video. And again, we're going to have to figure out who this is because something had happened to the upload here.
Okay, we have finally found Trotec, which is a name
Trotec.
I'm sure that you're all familiar with. And we are here at the booth.
Again, apologize for the audio on this or video.
Manager
The
here
actual
at
salesman will have good
and
audio.
he's going to tell us all about Trotec while I go around the kiosk and take a video. So I would like to say thank you, Darryl, for being with us and giving us the time during this busy show. Tell us a little bit about Trotec.
No problem. Well, thank you guys for coming over and seeing us. Trotec Laser's been in business for about 25 years, and a big reason for Trotec is we used to be a customer. We use some of the major manufacturers of laser systems, and worldwide, TroDAT, which is a parent company of Trotex, makes rubber stamps, and we're the world's largest rubber stamp manufacturer, and rubber stamps are really dirty. If you want to throw a rubber tire and light it on fire inside of a laser machine, that's the kind of effect that the rubber stamps have, and we needed a very durable machine. So we started manufacturing lasers about 25 years ago. You will not find a more industrial, heavy-duty system in the market. We are more of a commercial industrial system. Most of our systems weigh anywhere from 300 to 1,000 pounds. So they're built really robust, heavy steel metal frames, and then we also do very high production speed ratios. So on the system we have here, our Speedy 400, this system goes 170 inches per second, the fastest in the industry, and very high quality. So it's one thing to say that you can produce fast, it's another one to say that you can do it with high quality. Our systems are kind of unique in the fact that they run off Ruby software, and that's kind of a game changer for us. It's a combination of print driver and graphic software. So you can do a whole lot of things in our Ruby software that has never been possible before. But excited to be here at the ISA show. We've had a pretty busy booth, and love to see you guys look into Trotec when you have a chance.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep, we're
so
muted.
I did that again. No volume. Thank you, Deepa. So I just wanted to comment real quickly on Rob's comment, I think it was, where he said X-Tool has that, talking about the autofocus. The X-Tool is a hobby laser, so like almost all of the diode lasers are. And we're talking about commercial lasers here, completely different. So the X-Tool laser does have multiple focus options where you can focus on different parts of it, but it's a limit switch focus. And what we were talking about, or what they were talking about on that laser that was playing at the time, was LiDAR focus. So on the fly.
Yeah.
So if you have a piece of steel in there and you're cutting it and it starts to warp, it's going to automatically refocus as it goes. If you have a warped piece of wood, the focus is going to refocus as it moves across the wood. So
yeah, so if the aluminum warps this way, as the laser head's traveling, it's moving the bed up to compensate for it. So
exactly.
It maintains a consistent distance
exactly
from the laser head.
All right, so let's see who we have next.
Okay, we have found Thunder Laser.
Thunder.
Favorite new product.
Okay.
Thunder.
It comes with Thunder.
But we have also found the owner of Thunder Laser here, who has decided to give us a couple of minutes to tell us all about Thunder, where they're from, and what they're making. And his name is Clay. And we're going to switch over to Clay now. He's going to tell you about it while I take a walk around and look at the lasers. Clay, thank you so much for your time here, and tell us a little bit about Thunder.
Yeah, thank you for having us. So right here we've got the Thunder Bolt. This is our newest machine. This is a small desktop machine. It does have an RF laser tube, which there's glass laser tubes, and then there's also RF for metal tubes. With the RF, you're going to get finer detail engravings as opposed to the glass tubes. This machine's also very fast. It has 3G acceleration. It's nice and compact.
My favorite machine. When you launched this machine, I was like, where's my...
Okay, I'm saying here that when they launched this machine, that it was something I almost took my checkbook out for. And this is one of the machines we were talking about earlier that's light burn compatible. This could be a hobby laser. The starting point on the Bolt is, I think it was $5,500. $5,500. And this is an RF laser. So it's completely different. You get fantastic, it has great engravings, it has great cutting ability. And this is probably, this and the Eon, the Mira 5 are my two choices that are affordable hobby lasers.
Yep.
So let's give him back the stage here.
Yeah, for $5,500, this machine packs a lot of value. We see a lot of people coming over from the hobbyist grade machines. Maybe their side hustle is turning into more of a full-time gig. And this machine just really fits that bill for somebody that's a side hustle turning into a more full-time thing. Inside of it, it's all very well made. These are all industrial grade parts as opposed to, maybe some of the plastic that you might see in some of the other machines. We have a touchscreen LCD panel. It also holds 1 gigabyte of storage, so you can actually store up to 1 gigabyte worth of files in here so that you don't even have to transfer from your computer. You can just run it straight from the laser. It has a front pass-through door, so if your material is bigger than the 20 by 12 inch bed, you're able to have that material stick out and still run the laser. What else can I tell you? It's got an integrated camera up here so that you can see the laser bed inside your software. That can help you with placing images and engravings on different things. We also have a variety of lenses available. Right now this machine is the 1.5 inch lens is on it, but we also have a 2 inch, a 2.5 inch, and a 4 inch lens. The 4 inch lens helps you have a longer focal length, so you can cut through thicker things, or you can increase the spot size if you're playing around with stuff like that. It's just always good to have some versatility in your different lenses. The air assist control valve is right here on the rail. There's also a heat alarm inside of it, which is a nice safety feature, so that if you do have a fire, it will loudly alarm you. And then maybe most importantly, compared to a lot of the hobbyist machines on the market, it has a motorized table. You get a little over 4 inches of drop here, but it's enough that you can fit a rotary inside of here, and you can do full-size tumblers inside of the machine. You can do, was it 30-ounce Yetis or 40-ounce Yetis? The
Roto Boss actually makes
full,
a custom
roller
for this machine, right?
Correct. So we have a variety of different, there's two rotaries for this machine. The Roto Bolt and the Roto Boss Junior can both fit inside this machine. We have lots of setup and training videos posted online. We have a knowledge base. We have the knowledge base online, setup videos to get you going, how to unbox it, how to set it up, how to install Lightburn, which Lightburn is the most user-friendly laser software I would say on the market, and probably the best laser software. And it is fully integrated with Lightburn. Some machines kind of use Lightburn, but not all the way. But this controller is made for Lightburn, so you're going to get all the features of Lightburn. You're not going to have to, pick and choose what you can use Lightburn for. And then we have some of the fastest support response times in the industry. Usually customers are seeing 3 to 5 minute response time. So if you do need tech support, we're always right there to help you. We ship parts out the same day. We can always overnight you stuff as well. So keeping in mind that this is an industrial machine, we want you to keep running. We want you to have as little downtime as possible. And so we, as a company overall, work really hard to make sure that happens.
So I just wanted to mention really quickly that the new Thunderbolt, the key word here is it's an industrial machine, but it fits into the hobby market because this machine is so inexpensive, and it's probably the least expensive desktop commercial machine that you can buy, and that's been my favorite ever since I saw it at the Lightburn convention. So that is probably something that a lot of you are looking for, is an industrial machine, commercial machine that you can put in your shop that you can depend on, and has a price point that you can afford as well.
Yeah, to that point, I mean, Thunder Laser is at an interesting point, or an interesting place in the marketplace, because we have the hobbyists that think, oh, Thunder Laser is really expensive. But everybody that I'm talking to at the trade show that does this professionally is saying, why are you guys so cheap? Why can I get so much machine for so little? So on that industrial side, we're kind of, in between that consumerist market and that true professional industrial person that needs to make production runs. They need the machine to just run, workhorse, time and time again, and not get too hot, or not have things break down. And so that's where this machine is really cool, because it is an industrial machine. It is metal. It is a very robust, strong parts. You don't have a lot of wiggling around.
External cooling on this machine. This is an RF laser that has its own fans for an exhaust fan.
Which, if y'all want to see the laser source, so your usual glass tubes would have water running through here, whereas you can see these are fans running, and that's what actually cools the laser source. So what you see right here, like, this is really as much space as it's going to take up. You don't have to have room for the chiller. You don't have to have room for external air, external exhaust, and even the exhaust fan is integrated into the machine, again, to save space. This is ideal for someone that is limited on space and budget, because this is our lowest price point machine, but it is a lot of machine for $5,500.
Sure is. Well, thank you so much, Clay, for your time today. I know you're very busy with the show. You have customers out there. We really appreciate you taking a few minutes and granting us this interview. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.
Okay, so I was just telling Patrick off screen that I'm kind of torn. If I were to say, hey, I want an affordable CO2 that I can fit you know, in a spare bedroom or something like that.
Mhm.
I'm sort of torn between the Thunderbolt and the Mira 5.
Right.
You know, which are both about in the same price range. I think the only reason why I'm torn is I might be leaning toward the Mira 5 Signature with the, you know, exchangeable sources.
Right.
That's the only thing that I'm sort of torn, but I really love the Thunderbolt. I think if you're going to step up, I really think that's the way to go.
My opinion is I already have fiber lasers, so having the interchangeable source really isn't as big of a deal to me. But if somebody didn't have a fiber laser
Right.
and wanted that capability, then that would definitely be a solid option.
I also like the fact that there's no water involved. There's no chiller.
Right.
There's no water, period. I mean, these are just fans. Now, on the Mira 5 on the new Signature series, that is going to be the RF is going to be water cooled instead of air cooled. So this is an air cooled RF, and the Mira 5. That's one of their great new advances is that it's going to be liquid cooled.
Yep.
But it's all going to be on board.
Yep. They're using liquid cooling to prolong the life of the RF CO2. Too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, okay, let's move on to the next one.
Is this the one we've been waiting for?
Is this the one we've been waiting for? That's the question.
I guess we'll find out.
Here we go.
We're still here at the Thunder Laser booth. Here also with Thunder Laser is Jason.
Okay, so we've already seen this one. So we're going to stop this one. And let me bring in a different one. And what one did we miss? The full spectrum, right?
No, we got it. Youngli.
Youngli. Okay, so let's see. There it is.
All right. Best one is coming up next.
Okay, I am here today at the Blue Times Laser, which I believe is affiliated with Youngli, who are that is the laser tube manufacturer.
This one does have a little bit of a volume issue.
And I am here now with Patrick from Lightsource Engraving, and he's going to give us a description.
Now you can see why he said it's the best one.
That's right.
All right, so first up, they do have a CO2 galvo on display. It's a 30-watt CO2 galvo with looks like a manual focus, and I didn't see a motor on that one. Then over here we have a 3-watt UV laser, which is also a split system, so the source is setting down below, and a manual focus. And then moving on to this interesting subject here, we have a 20-watt all-in-one fiber laser. So this is 20 watt, the source is housed inside this part, which also houses the galvo. So you have a 20-watt fiber laser in this compact package. There's no additional source or any other wires hanging off of it. Then over here we have a 30-watt split system fiber laser with a manual focus as well, manual Z. And then if we move over to here, you'll see they have an air-cooled laser welder. So that is an air-cooled unit, so you don't have to tote around a big, heavy box that has a water cooling system and all the weight from the compressor and water and everything else.
What is that, diode lasers?
And we also have some diode modules. This is a 5-watt, and then this one is this a 30-watt or 40-watt? 40. This is the 40-watt diode module, and it does have integrated air assist there, and get a close-up of that. Connections, fans, pretty heavy little module. Then they have some CO2 tubes on display of various wattages. And
these are the tubes that I recommend.
These are. And this looks very familiar to me. I have one of these in my CO2 galvo. This is their RF CO2 tube. And that's what runs my CO2 galvo is a Youngli 30 watt, and it does a great job. I've been very happy with it.
And you're looking to upgrade to the 60 watt.
Yes, I would love to upgrade to a 60 watt. And they also have a diode laser on display as well.
And this is something new for them, I think.
Yeah.
Are the diode lasers.
So Blue Times is affiliated with Youngli. that was an interesting fact to find out, and we do like Youngli products.
And okay, so an explanation why I like the Youngli products, and I know they had a bad rep, you know, for a couple of years when they were making inferior glass tubes, but for about the last 4 years or so, I mean, there's pretty much there's RESCHEDULED and then Youngli. You know, those are the top two manufacturers, and of course the RESCHEDULED is a much better tube, but the difference is the Youngli is like half the price.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're still getting top quality. You're still getting the number 2 manufacturer on the market here. So I just wanted to explain that really quickly.
The reason why I like the Youngli RF CO2 tubes in comparison to, say, you know, Adobe is you have an expanded frequency range and a little bit better beam quality out of their RF CO2 tubes.
Right. So let's bring in that final video, which is GCC.
GCC.
All right. And GCC is actually an OEM white label branding company. They make lasers for a lot of these companies that we've actually seen here tonight. And hopefully this is the right video file.
Everybody, I am here with Mackenzie of GCC Laser, which is one of the oldest laser companies in the world. And Mackenzie has been gracious enough to offer us some time today and tell us a little bit about the company. Thank you, Mackenzie, for having us today. And can you tell us a little bit about GCC Laser and the history and machines that you make and so on?
Sure, not a problem. Thank you, Rich. First place, welcome, Rich, Patrick, and all your YouTube subscribers. You seem to have a large, loyal client base out there, and we appreciate you folks, of course, out there teaching them about the equipment and what seems to be your the particular light burn software. We'll be following you.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll be learning a few things from you all. To be candid with you, I'm not an expert at light burn, as I've been running other particular software. Right. Engraving Lab Laser has been my expertise for over 25 years. But I've been told by some headquarter people that I got to learn light burn, of course. So
good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Just allow me to introduce myself. My name's Mackenzie. I'm with actually Jorlink USA. We are a proud distributor of GCC for over 20 years. I have some of my colleagues here over at the booth. Daniel, who will be explaining about the new machines. One of them is our fastest laser and probably the fastest gantry laser in the market right now, about 175 inches per second.
That's the fastest one I've seen.
It is, yes. So GCC.
Okay. I just want to jump in here for a second and see if you guys heard what he just said. And that is 175 inches per second. So we talk, you know, millimeters per minute. Calculate that real quick. What is that? Inches per second is 24 times what millimeters per second is, or something like that.
25.4 times 175. That's
4,445 millimeters per second. Think about that for a minute. Think about that number for 1 minute. 4,445 millimeters per second. Millimeters per second. I mean, it's an incredible speed. And as we're watching it run a job, it was moving so fast back and forth, and it was just incredible. So I'll let them keep talking about it. This is a longer interview here, and the reason why we gave GCC more time is because they are a very large manufacturer. Especially, they overwhelm the Japanese market.
Yep.
And, you know, you'll hear about that. So we'll let them continue on now.
GCC has an extensive network of distributors throughout the world with a number of well-known companies for which they OEM equipment to. Our best prospects are GCC owners that have our equipment for 10, 15, 20 plus years and know the reliability and how important a well-made machine is to their production. To be candid, JCC's brand is not yet so well recognized in the USA as it could be. And that is because GCC does not spend as much on advertising as they do in R&D. We rely on our clients' word of mouth and dealers to promote the product. Their philosophy has always been to concentrate on building well-made machines with features that matter to production. We are here introducing two new machines over to our product line. The Pilot 400, which you will see here in a few minutes, which is being introduced in May to our clients out in Asia and coming to America at the end of the year. These machines have been in beta tests now for about 6 months. I know our Japanese partner have sold over 5,000 units throughout time, of course, and have closely worked with GCC along with some of our other clients to provide input and features on this new model machines that we have.
Awesome.
I know Japan is very demanding on high quality products for production, and their valued input has built into these machines. I know your viewers may want to know what is different, what actually separates us from our competitors.
Right.
It's difficult to say. We have some industry partners that are very good at what they do. Here in the US, we have competitors such as Epilogue or Trotec, whom we compete very well with our features. We're high-end production equipment.
Right.
We do offer entry-level production equipment such as our desktop E200. It's a small particular desktop, or our C180 machine. They're pretty fast and reliable. They all have basically servo motors, and they're open architecture electronics, which means there's many different type of programs, particular softwares that can run them.
So that would be for the the small private owner shop or garage business.
But all our product line is open architecture. So you got programs out there like Corel Draw, Adobe Illustrator, AutoCAD. I've had clients that use Microsoft Word or Excel to be able to run the equipment. So I believe we also have the only hybrid laser in the market that has two CO2 tubes built into it. One is a glass tube and the other one's a metal tube. It's great for this industry, for the sign industry. Because in this industry, you have clients that want to do a lot of cutting, acrylic, etc. And they also want to do engraving. And really, RF tubes, the metal tubes, are the best for that industry.
Absolutely.
Most of all our tubes are actually made here in the USA. So there's pretty well-known companies. There's the company Zenrad and Iridian that are very well-known laser tubes out there. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce Mr. Daniel, who can give you an explanation on the two new machines that we have.
Okay.
Okay, so we are now here with Daniel, who is the head of sales here at the show for GCC, and he's going to tell us about their lineup of commercial machines.
All right, so for this year, we're introducing our Pilot 400. Basically, this is the pioneer laser when it comes down to our name. It comes in with a speed of 175 inches per second, 2 control panels, LCD and button. We also have the optical smart vision, which is our CCD cameras here. For positioning, we have several options: standard origin mode, drag and engrave with relative center mode, smart center. We also have new airflow designed to keep cool air from mixing with hot air produced by the laser tube. This helps laser tube stability. We have a smart seal technology, which means our mechanics have dust prevention covers while being easy to maintain with easy access panels and a status LED bar on the top, which lets you know the operating condition from afar. The table on the machine is a 40 by 24 by 11 with pass-through door capabilities. This will come in 3 levels, either CL2, fiber, or dual hybrid. And this is our fastest gantry laser, 175 inches per second, probably one of the fastest in the market with our patent Smart Act technology. This helps reduce acceleration and deceleration that improves throughput to get jobs done faster. All right.
Okay, what do we have here?
So here we have our upgraded Spirit LS Pro. This is an upgrade to our older Spirit machine, working speed of up to 120 inches per second. Table a size of 29 by 18 with a 6.5 inches diameter or inches on the Z-axis. It includes also our Smart Eye CCD camera, and it has a Smart Guard fire alarm device to protect against fires. Closed loop DC servo control for precise movement of the laser carriage. Quick release measuring rulers as well on the table. We have support out of California for our dealers and clients. Let me show you our new Piolis 400 unit. By the way, it means Pioneer Laser for those that are wondering. Our machines are open architecture, which means any graphic program can drive them, such as CorelDRAW, Adobe Illustrator, AutoCAD, and Mac's personal favorite, EngraveLab. Can't say much about Lightburn, but I have been told to learn it, so I'll be making sure to watch our YouTube channel, or your YouTube channel here, so I can be learning a lot from it. All right, so here on at GCC, we also offer different models available for your application. So we have something such as an economy desktop size machine, the E200. We also offer industrial size machines such as the T500. Really depending on your applicational needs, we usually try to find you the best machine suited for your needs.
Okay, so their economy version, I think, was somewhere in the area of like 7,400. Is that what it was? For the desktop?
Cannot remember.
I don't
consult
yeah.
the brochure.
Yeah, I don't actually remember, but I think it was somewhere in the area of 7,500. Yeah. So I guess we could add this, this machine to the list of hobby lasers if you're staying under 10 grand. But one thing that is important about GCC is that they're an OEM manufacturer. So a lot of their parts and a lot of their machines made at their factory go out to other brand name companies.
Yep.
So that's why we gave them a little bit of extra time. And yeah, it was sort of you reading from a script, but the fact of the matter was they prepared that script, spent a lot of time working on it so that they would cover all of the bullet points that they could. They wanted to make sure that they got everything out there.
The owner of the company from Taiwan was there, and he was super excited about it. So that made his folks a little nervous about coming on camera, and they didn't want to trip up and say anything wrong or miss any points. So they had to do some homework after they left the show that night and checked out our channels.
Yes.
And then when we came back, they said, "Hey, we've watched your channels. We're really excited to do this interview." So
yeah, and it's probably a brand that nobody ever talks about, but 35-year manufacturer. And I thought that they were 15. I thought GWI was the oldest manufacturer of CO2 lasers, but it's not true. They are. So they've been in business for 35 years, and they're number one in Japan. So if that Japan people are very particular about what one, but now they're into the United States and Europe and so on. So anyway, that is our quick, where are we at now? An hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's our quick overview of some of the companies that we've seen so far. And in the next 7 to 10 days, maybe 14 days, you're going to start seeing the finished videos come out that are going to have much better picture quality, much better sound quality. They're going to be Final Cut videos. And I think I'm going to do a playlist.
Yeah, I think I'm going to follow suit. So we're probably going to follow the same track.
Yeah.
It'll be a ISA show playlist, and it'll just run through all the different manufacturers and vendors.
And we've got more. So this isn't all of the manufacturers that we've visited, but we didn't want to keep you here for 3 hours tonight.
Yeah, we have several other cameras of footage to go through, organize.
Yes.
Consolidate.
Yeah, we have 4 cameras, 4 different views. So, I know the camera work was a little funny tonight, but, we did our best to bring it to you as quickly as we could and give you an overview of the show, the ISA show.
Yeah.
The next one will be 2025 is in Vegas. I don't think I'll be going. We are exhausted. I don't know if you can tell from this video. I think I've lost about 10 pounds. My watch did something I've never seen before. I looked at it, it said, "Good job." And I said, "What is that good job?" And then it said 8,700 steps today. That was like, oh my God.
It was 2 days in a row. We both reached our step goal according to our watches.
Yeah. And I mean, we did so much walking at this show. both of us are just physically exhausted. And we've got an exclusive tour of the Eon factory that's going to be coming soon as well. That's going to be its own video to be in my playlist. It's going to be in Patrick's playlist on his channel. And the president of the company, all the employees were out at the show, and he gave us an exclusive tour of the factory, just us and Michael from Laser Engraving 911.
Yep, and Greg from Mancrafting.
Yeah,
Or Chad, sorry.
exactly. So we took a trip today down to the factory and got some really good footage and another interview of what's in the factory. And you're not going to believe, this 22,000 feet of raw machinery, that's just incredible. It's totally automated. So that's going to be another video to come and check out. That'll be in our playlist. So thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed this preview of all the videos that we're going to have out soon in our playlists. And if you're interested in any of them, well, then you can just go to the playlist, pick the manufacturer that you want. There'll be all the details in the description down below the video where you can visit their website. And again, none of it's affiliate related. So there'll be no affiliate links or anything like that. It's just going to be pure interviews and more information, more camera shots, more close-ups, and much better videos than what we presented here. But we just wanted to give you a preview tonight here live from Orlando.
Yep.
So.
Yep, it's been a fun time. It's always fun to hang out with Rich. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
We rarely get to sit side by side. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but we've had fun. We've got a lot more footage that we just need to comb through because we have lots of close-ups and zooms and
photographs.
Photographs of all the lasers, so you'll get to see it.
You'll get a much better idea in the final cut.
Yeah.
So thank you all for joining us tonight for this hour-and-a-half presentation. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And as always, thanks for watching.
See you in the next one.
There we go.